Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Indigo here. Hope you're having a good day or good night, whatever time it is when you watch this video. Okay. Let's get into a reading for the collective. The energies are energying. Today, girl, yesterday, tomorrow, bitch. In 3 months, 3 years, 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 3 hours, period. Anyways, let's see what comes out. Make sure you check out the community board to get gemstone bracelets handmade by me. I am on a new schedule that I am getting used to now. So yeah, just bear with me, guys, because change is inevitable. It's all about how you adjust to it, and I feel like I'm adjusting quite well, to be completely honest. Others may, who gives a fuck what others may anything. Girl, what's the tea? What's the tea, spirit? What does the collective need to know at this time? Or what are the messages you want me to relate to collective at this time? Judgment, and I literally heard trumpets blowing. Bitch, I seen beautiful, big, fluffy, puffy clouds. I seen a yacht, a bitch the size of Maine. And I seen you on the yacht. And then I see like a bunch of angels surrounding you. Like there's so many different benevolent beings around you, and you're just on the ocean. Like you're on the ocean, but the ocean is in the clouds. As above, so below. Don't let that shit go over your head. And that's what I see. Ooh, with the devil. Girl. The devil is under judgment right now. And I feel like this is the final like court case. Like the final court case had been had, bitch. The judgment call was already made. Everybody agreed to what the sentencing of the devil would be. For people that have been partaking in devilish activities, okay? And they're under judgment. I'm also getting like anybody that's judging you in any environment in which you create or work in, okay? They're under judgment. As soon as somebody judges you, they're under judgment. Like they literally, like as soon as somebody judges you, they literally have to go through the process of being judged. Okay, if they were asking or praying for something or trying to manifest something, that gets it's crazy because it's like you really are the pillar of existence that determines whether people get it the nice way or they get it the hard way. And I feel like people are passing like harsh judgment on you, not really taking into consideration or even knowing the things that you have been through. And it's like I feel like collective, like you're not afraid to start over. And to a lot of people that could be like honestly intimidating. The fact that you have to start over and you don't complain about it. The fact that you constantly go through being judged and you don't complain about it. It's something about you not complaining about shit that really fucking bothers people, because it makes them reflect on how much they complain and are bothered when they have more material than you do. Like, people are really comparing and contrasting your authenticity to their indoctrinated ways of being. And it's like, yeah, well, that's all great and handy dandy fucking notebook, bitch, take notes. Uh, the kind that you actually enact in your life and not just keep in your notebook to say that you took your notes. Um, for validation from your teacher. Um, it's all a part of the process, and there's so many processes that are happening at one time. And it's like these people that are around you really don't know because they're so stuck on the 3D level that they can't see beyond like you can. But that's not everybody. There are some people that are judging you based on your material, like, bitch, the way you dress, the way you appear. Like, guys, let me speak for myself, right? Because I feel like every time, like, you give a message, like, we all know that, like, the person that's giving the message can definitely relate, right? And y'all know I just started working and so many other things that I'm starting to do all at one time, right? And y'all know, like, bitches been, like, sleeping outside and shit, like, during the spring into the winter, into the summer, like, bitches was sleeping outside, like, and I was moving around so much that, like, I went through that period of time of completely releasing all of my material. Like, when I originally left my hometown and just had to leave, I left everything of value behind that, like, was a material item, and I literally brought the things with me that were comfortable, that were comfy to me, that I could be comfortable with, because I know I'd be moving around, I know I'd be walking around, I knew this, I knew that, right? And, like, even through that, I still shedded so much stuff, left all that stuff. Only really needed stuff to work, because at that time, all I really needed to do was go to work. Go work, come home. Go work, come home. And then it got to the point to where I didn't have a job because I didn't have an ID, so I wasn't going anywhere but the gym. And all the clothes I had I could wear at the gym, girl, they fit in my gym locker. I was at the gym all the time. And it's like, I haven't really indulged in shopping in a while. And when I did, it was like the summer. And even then, like a couple of things, a couple of things, like, not a lot, just a couple. And, like, I don't have that much right now, but I make do with what I have. And, like, where I'm at, like, people are so, it's like a lot of people are younger, and they don't really, you know they're young, they got mamas and daddies, they ain't got kids, they ain't got, there's just them. So people are judging me based off of my appearance, but then they're noticing that I'm getting a lot of attention. And while they're noticing that I'm getting a lot of attention, it's kind of baffling to them because of how I look like. Like, I literally spoke words of wisdom, and then this girl, like, her energy, she instantly went to, like, oh, let me look at her outfit, let me find something that I can critique her on, let me. And it's just so, like, it really shows people's demons and their insecurities, and the fact that I'm not bothered by it and I just show up as I am every day, I think is setting an example for certain people. So, while people are judging you, and collective, you could have a whole fucking wardrobe, and people could still be judging you based off of what you choose to wear, how you choose to present yourself. And it's like, even especially for, like, my people who are very believing in God and worshiping, the Most High, the Divine, right? People are like, oh, how can you look like that and you believe in God? Like, for my alternatives, my tatted up, my fucking my tatted up babes, my pierced up babes, my spiky metal leather babes, for my for the babes that's going through their transitional period of transitioning uh their identity when it comes to, you know, being trans woman or trans man. Like, so many people are fucking judging you, and it's like people don't know who you are. And I feel like the divine is like so proud of you. It's like this, the divine has you in this very playful energy, right? Because it's like, you know where you've come from, and you're very happy and ecstatic to be in this spot where you get to create your life from scratch. Like, you're not worried about what you're lacking right now, because as you are in what other people would consider a state of lack, my hands are both itching right now. So money, 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 money. So it's like, as you're in your state of lack, like, you in your mind, the world and the reality that you live in is abundant full. Your energy is abundant full. You know that you're abundant. You know that you have everything that you need or could want. You don't want for anything, or you don't need for anything, right? But it's like certain areas where you have to heal. You are being, you are, you don't, you're not aware of this, but you're undergoing this reality where you're experiencing things that you used to experience that used to like break you, and they have absolutely no emotional effect on you whatsoever. You don't care if people leave you out in the cold. You don't care if people don't want to include you. You don't care if people leave you out, because you know that you're not ever alone. First of all, with the spirit animal energy, and with the judgment card, like, you're never alone. Even with the devil card, like, you're never alone. It's like the demons that people even have attached to them, they love to see you, because they get to do their job even more so. It's like, before you came around, this motherfucker, I was just condoning this behavior. It's kind of like, if you ever seen Death Note and Ryuk, like, Ryuk will always drop subtle hints. Like, you know, if you do this, this could go this way, right? And he's like, oh no, he always had an excuse. He always had a plan to get around something. And Ryuk was like, yeah, like, I'm enjoying watching this, because what it's going to lead to, the energy in which it is that you're conjuring up that I get to then use from you, is so immaculate. Like, the grander the explosion, the grander the tragedy, the more the devil feeds. So the devil knows he can't touch you. You're untouchable. So the devil loves to see you come in collective. Changing that, the devil hates to see you come in. No, he fucking loves it, because the devil never had any beef with you. God and the devil knew, the devil, the demon, whatever you want to refer them to, right? And refer to the energies as, right? Um, they understood the contract. They were just there watching the whole shit play out. The devil always knew that you would win, that you would be triumphant over everything. But the devil was the energy that was gassing up these motherfuckers to constantly and repetitively keep coming for you, because the devil may not be able to see the future, but the devil knows what happens when it's time to collect on a contract. And he also knows how much he's getting from that contract. So, yeah, you have so much strength. And it's like, you've left out any low vibrational energies that could possibly bring you down off of your fucking pedestal, off of your fucking throne. It's like, I've already experienced these lessons, and I'm so grateful that I did, because now I get to actively participate in this 3D reality from a standpoint where I can literally fucking do anything, because there's absolutely nothing that can stop me, because I'm not standing in my own way. I'm not stopping myself. And it's like every opportunity you get when it comes to being judged or being left out in the cold, it's another opportunity for you to get closer to spirit. It's another opportunity for you to get closer to yourself. It's another opportunity for the people who are real. I mean, the gods that are gods to see you, to become acquainted with you. I recently just met another god and instantly had to, cause they're woke, but they might not be as woke as me. And I seen the energies and what they were trying to do to this person. And I did my little what I be doing. I ain't telling y'all what I be doing. Y'all don't gotta know what I be doing. But I be doing magic, yeah, bitch. I be doing magic. And anyways, I did my little shit and I made sure that God was protected. Also, with protection comes enlightenment. Enlightenment in self, enlightenment of your surroundings. And it's like now people just like yourself are becoming aware of what the fuck they need to leave out in the cold, what they need to abandon when it comes to addictions, mental issues, or just a way of thinking that does not serve their most highest good. Okay? Yeah. You got the strength card though. This is like 4 cards. Only 4 cards, 15 minutes. What else you got, Spirit? I heard it's spicing up. Something is spicing up. It's spicing up. Oh, okay, so God, okay, so I'm getting this download where like, okay, collective, you know, like in the past, because like there was a point where like your devil energy, like as above, so below. So just how like you're a god, like you're also a demon and a devil too. So that demon, like that entity, that energy, that low vibrational energy that resided within you, when you didn't know how to utilize it in a righteous way, created like this fucking like tsunami, like this fucking storm. Like you could really like shut some shit the fuck down, but because it was never meant for you to be that way. And by it was never meant for you to be that way, it was never meant for you to be that way full term. Like, I know I got warrior blood and warrior spirit in me, but I'm not gonna fucking fight all the time. I'm not. But a warrior is truly somebody that defends their collective. They defend their loved ones. They defend what they love, what they believe in. And I have been positioned to now understand how to do that in a way that also doesn't cost me my life or my energy or my protection or anything, my abundance or nothing. But the 2 cards that just came out, the 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. I feel like there could be a lot of people holding on to like this secret of how they've betrayed themselves. How they've betrayed themselves because they allowed people to put them in 2 frames of mind when it came to who they are and what they stand for and like why they do the things that they do. It's like people began to be like, oh, I'm going to prove you wrong. There's a lot of people trying to prove people wrong. And there's a lot of people that are almost willing to sacrifice their mental health just to prove people wrong. And it's like, at some point you have to remember that what you're doing is for you. And when you are doing things for you, there's going to be more benefit than there is going to be a cost, a cost that costs you so much, I should say. And then I also feel like the 2 of Swords, like, people don't know. The 2 of Swords is also giving me the angel and the devil. Because I'm looking as like judgment being on one side and the devil being on one side. It's like, oh, if I do this and I know this is going to happen, I probably shouldn't do this. But then the devil's like, oh, well, you can do it because who's going to know? And blah, blah, blah. It's almost like this energy of like, I can say this, I can do this because nobody's watching. But it's like God is always watching. And like people who feel like they can say or do anything because God isn't, because nobody's watching them, those are the people that you know that God really does not exist. Like those are people that you know that like God, like they truly don't believe in God, because it's like, if you knew that on Judgment Day that was who you had to answer to, then why would you for a second think that the things that you were doing were going without being noticed by the Most High, the person who's going to judge you at the end of it all? What would there be to judge if he was never paying attention? If someone wasn't paying attention, people would feel like, oh, God can't do everything. Yes, that's why there are angels and different entities or sources that exist in these realms, because they are God's helpers. Like in the Bible, it's like Jesus' 12 disciples, but it's like, nah, it's quite deeper than that. It's almost as if like from every religion, culture, there is a energy that serves a purpose that is for the Most High, that the Most High has used to be a human depiction of what it means to reside in this energy, or what it takes to reside in this energy, right? But there's like something that somebody's holding on to, and I feel like somebody could be in their mind about like actually like expressing this. Like it's somebody that I feel like somebody put their fucking foot in their mouth, and then somebody kind of wants to like confess that they put their foot in their mouth, and then it's like they kind of want to confess like, oh, I've been judging you like quite harshly, actually. And like I wouldn't say that they're jealous of you, but they're acknowledging the fact that they've been judging you because you make them feel some type of way about how it is that they are, not who they are, but how it is that they've become based on the things that they've been through. It's like a lot of people actually know what you've been through, collective, and they really can't fucking fathom how you have this pure heart of gold and you've went through so much. And it's like, because you did go through those periods of life where you were listening to the devil and how the devil wanted you to deal with certain situations, but then you also checked in with yourself and you're like, you know, this isn't a proper representation of me, and even if to other people this looks however it does to them and it's going to cause me to be judged, I still have to listen to what's best for me and take that action and react that way. And I feel like that's something that like people admire about you, but like not many people will like admit that to you. Okay? There's a lot of twos coming out. Like there's a lot of two cards coming out. Ten of Pentacles, the Hermit. I seen the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Swords. What's the Ten of Swords? Yeah, Ten of Swords, Nine of Cups, Ten of Wands. It's two cycles that have been completed out. Because it's like no matter what has happened, you knew to pour into yourself. You knew that the only thing that you could possibly control was yourself. So you started to focus on self. You focused on what you were intaking, whether it had been food, whether it had been content, watching, consumption of media, whether it be what you were reading, whether it be certain art that you were indulging in. And it's like you carried the burdens. Even if they were placed upon you or they were actually your burdens to carry. Because, like, whenever I look at the Ten of Wands, I never think about, like, burdens. Like, I see this as somebody who needs firewood. And instead of one by one gathering, like, these logs of firewood, this person found as many as they could possibly carry at one time and decided to bring them back to the campground to have multiple pieces because they're going to use the swords to cut them. They're going to use the swords to cut them, right? And they're going to continuously make firewood throughout the night. It was one action that they took. Ultimately, at the end of it all, that yes, it caused them have to walk a while with a bunch of heavy shit, but the heavy shit that they carried just made them stronger. And then when they got to the end, they were able to do what the fuck they wanted to do with that wood because they carried it all the way there. It was theirs. So there is no burden in the Ten of Wands to me. There's just a completion of, I have taken all of these actions and I have gotten exactly to where it is that I need to be with my material to do exactly what it is that I need to do with it. And then it's like, the Nine of Wands to me, like, this one looks like, oh, I built a fortress and now I got this, like, extra wand to, like, defend it from anybody who thinks that they're gonna come take my fucking firewood and build their own fire. No, I'm gonna use this fire to fucking defend myself. Some of you could be really good at fire magic. Okay, so the ones that know, we know, right? Yeah, and then the Nine of Cups is like the emotion that you went through when gathering all this firewood. I'm literally thinking about, bitch, when I was sleeping outside and it was raining and I didn't have anywhere to go, I literally gathered different leaves and like sticks and shit to build like a fucking fortress to sleep in it. And it literally shielded me from the rain. Like, and at the end of it, like, I was like, yeah, this is lit. Like, and then during also, I had a bunch of fucking fun because I was taking action that was contributing to helping me. It's like the days began to not seem so short and then the nights began to not seem so long because I was connecting with nature again and like really allowing my inner child to flourish, and it was like lit because that's the type of shit that I would do when I was little. Like, it was literally lit. And like, I feel like this is you, collective, and I feel like you with the Knight of Swords, like, you're like defending what it is that you had to go through to be who it is that you are. And it's like, no, it's not everybody's responsibility to get to know you and understand you. But one thing that you will not do, and what we're not going to tolerate, is the shade. We're not going to tolerate the shade, nor are we going to act like we don't know what the shade is. Nor are we going to sit around and pretend as though you're not throwing shade, because I don't deserve it, and I've worked really hard to get to where I am, even if you may feel like I'm nowhere. It's like, if our intellect, if our emotions if our ability to take action and not miss a mark the first time around was to go toe to toe, I would win. And then we would be judging each other from two different perspectives. And that would mean that the game that you were playing would be null and void because the game that I succeeded in triumphs